A weak-pilled mom chud? I like to think that this is all of my moderators. No, girl no exist. No, girl. What does he mean by that? 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 Do the rules of the internet still apply in 2026? This is a 44-minute video. This is probably gonna be like an hour long after I end up reacting to it. And this is by, Gagnutties.
You have probably heard of Rule 34 of the internet. If it exists, there is of it. No.
Me too. That includes me too. There is no escape. I thought, oh yeah, for sure, no one will ever make. I was wrong.
Exceptions. The internet philosophers thought of that 20 years ago, and I'd say it's more true today than ever. But if there is a Rule 34, then what are Rules 1 through 30?
No. Sorry, gotta mute that.
33 and 35 through 100. There are 100. I think I should know. I'm here every day. And how well does this 20-year-old list of internet rules created by random users hold up to the
Has it been that long? I'm old.
modern internet? Starting with Rule 0, don't mess with cats. People on the internet have an easier time watching a human get Beybladed under a train than watching a Twitch streamer toss their cat behind their head. This absolutely still applies today. It goes for all animals. The internet does not like to see an abused animal for some reason. I'm joking. Animals have no idea what's going on. They cannot help themselves, and they can't be willing participants in anything online. But I would argue that the Chinese man getting trapped in heavy machinery isn't that much of a willing participant either. He's just at work. Rule 1, you don't talk about B. I could not care less about the sanctity of 4chan boards. 4chan is a forum where people can post anonymously, and B is one of the boards on the forum. It is the random board where people can post whatever they want. There is no topic. It's just some of the dumbest things you'll ever see in your life combined very neatly with slurs. This rule is still online because, buddy, no one cares about B. No one cares about B. Rule 2, you don't talk about B. This and the
Is this like you don't talk about Fight Club sort of thing? Is it kind of like that?
last rule being the exact same is a reference to the movie Fight Club. It's a movie where people fight in an underground secret club. And the biggest thing to come out of that movie is this quote.
First rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club. Second rule of
Fight
Fight
the
Club
sweetest
is,
little
do
cutie
not
pie.
talk about Fight Club.
Inspiring rules 1 and 2 of the internet. People don't talk about B because it is inconsequential to anything ever anymore. So these rules are still online. Just no one is intentionally following them. It's like, do not talk about milk.com. Why would I ever?
We can't talk about the MILFs? Wait, did he say milk or MILF? Milk. MILF. Milk. MILF. Milk. MILF. Milk.
Oh my God!
Bring up milk.com. Rule 3, we are anonymous. The internet was anonymous for a long time. You could get on here and say anything and no one could trace it back to you, supposedly. Over the years, this privilege has been chiseled down into a veneer that Mr. Beast has in his mouth. It is hard to be anonymous today on the internet. I would not say that we are anonymous anymore. I theorycraft with Google Gemini different ways to come only using household appliances. And
Wait, what does he mean by that? 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 Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait. Do not vacuum.
I just told you as well. This rule is 404. He's dead, Jim. Rule 4, we are Legion. I'm skipping we are Legion because what? Are we in the army? Is this the army? You'll understand when you're 45 seconds older. Cut. I was supposed to cut myself off. Rule 5, we do not forgive, we do not forget. Part 1, we do not forgive. Someone could be exposed as a groomer and all they would have to do to recover their brand and be virtually forgiven is wait 3 weeks. 404 this rule. Part 2, we do not forget. I say this rule is still mostly online. The internet used to be seen as a permanent record. Everything that you ever post or say will be cataloged here.
No, that's definitely true. I mean, anything you do say, whatever. Yeah. The internet remembers the memorable stuff anyway.
forever. And over time will create your digital footprint, and you have to take care of that digital footprint because people might see you vomiting at a house party in the future. It's here forever. Who cares about their digital footprint today, bro? My digital footprint stepped in glass. We do not forget, but there have been a lot of super popular videos or posts that have been lost to time. They just never got backed up and are impossible to find now. And those are the popular ones. I bet a ton of posts that no one ever saw are unretrievable if you wanted to find them as well. And with so much stuff, it's hard to even find a particular piece of content or a post from someone. I think the internet today is more forgetful than it ever has been, at least by its users. Now, the companies that run all this stuff, I'll say they'll never forget. And the AI overlords will know it as well. But these last 3 rules have been really old 4chan memes disguised as rules of the internet. Anonymous was a hacking and activism group that was prominent in the late 2000s and early 2010s, made of anonymous 4chan users that took down websites that they thought were cringe. Their motto is 3 sentences. We are anonymous, we are legion, we do not forgive, we do not forget. Can't believe I was gotten by brain-rotten internet people from 2008 again. Rule 6, be...
Wait. This guy looks so dapper. This guy looks so dapper with his, like, freaking Discord mod hat. I like to think that this is all of my moderators, especially with the purple polo. Can my moderators all have, like, a purple polo as, like, their uniform? I want to start that. Sorry, anyway.
Is not your personal army. The B forum is known for getting riled up and attacking things they deem as gay, I guess. People often snuck in and tried to trick the users of B by posting rage bait to get them to use the board's power against their enemies. The internet is more than just 4chan, guys. I say this one is online by technicality. No one be going on B to form hate mobs anymore. Rule 7, no matter how much you love debating, keep in mind that no one on the internet debates. Instead, they mock your intelligence as well as your parents. Absolutely online still. Debating on the internet isn't real. Everyone just thinks everyone who disagrees with them is stupid, and they lock in hard.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true of the internet. My opinion is the only right opinion that has ever existed. That's so real, dude. That's so funny.
Harder on their own beliefs, while you get angry and you lock in harder on your own beliefs. The internet culture has moved on from just saying like, your mom and stuff like that. Now it's more like, you're a weak-pilled, mogged chud. I think that's definitely worse.
A weak-pilled mom chud? Mom chud? Is that what I am? A mom chud? Is that what I am?
For everyone. Rule 8, anonymous can be an uncaring, senseless monster. I think this one actually works. I don't know if the writers of this were talking about anonymous the group or the general internet user base, but yeah, there are horrible things that can happen on the internet. And at any moment, if you're putting yourself out there by choice or just get recorded in public, you could face the wrath of billions of people for really no reason, but sometimes. Absolutely still an online rule of the internet. Rule 9, anonymous is still able to deliver. Sometimes the internet can come together and really make great things happen without the help of Mr. Beast sometimes, if you can believe that. The main thing that comes to my mind whenever I think of this rule are the various fundraisers and charity events that take place online. Millions of dollars come in every year to help sick kids or send atheism water to Africa or find cures to diseases. Anonymous can deliver. This rule is online. Rule 10, there are no real rules about posting. We all know that the internet has been increasingly sanitized over the last 10 years. You can't post adult content, copyrighted content, offensive content, incredibly violent content on any of the platforms that 90% of the internet happens on today. YouTube, Instagram, definitely not the case that there are no rules for posting on the internet today. Every website worth posting to has a dense terms of service that no one will ever read. I guess you can find somewhere to post anything, but I don't think that's the spirit of the rule. 404, offline. Rule 11, there are no real rules about moderation either. Enjoying your ban? Yep, online. If you break the terms of service and are not a woman on Twitch, you will be banned.
Not a woman on Twitch? Women are real? I thought I was just a dude with a voice changer.
Site now has a huge list of rules that you gotta stick to, or it's over. You're done. Online. Rule 12. Anything you say can and will be used against you. People won't even argue with you. They'll just pull up your comment history and triangulate your address through pictures of your dog. Don't try and argue about federal funding when you've been liking furry on Maine. This rule is still online. Rule 13. Anything you say can and will be turned into something else. No one really cares what you actually said. The internet still runs on more of a, I already depicted you as the Cro-Magnon Grug and me as the enlightened AI summary reader type of system more than it is about finding holes in your argument. Context doesn't matter at all, ever. We are still online. Rule 14. Do not argue with trolls. It means they win.
This is such... Yeah. This is still so relevant and topical. Just don't feed the trolls, man. At all. At all.
Been a while since I've heard troll. It's a good term. A troll is someone who doesn't really believe in anything and just wants to make you angry. It is very common knowledge that you shouldn't engage with people that just want to make you mad. This one is online and I'm giving it the Big Bandwidth Award. This is sound advice that I would give any 4-year-old who just got their first iPad. Rule 15. The harder you try, the harder you will fail.
Oh, that's so relevant for content creation too. I've had a few people come to me and basically be like, ChaCha, how do I grow? How do I grow? You know, like I'm really frustrated. I'm like, dude, I get frustrated too with content creation. Like I'm always throwing things at walls and trying to see what sticks and stuff like that. But then you've got people that are like putting their whole Badussi into it and getting really like burned out by trying like way too hard and being too frustrated at the numbers and the meta and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, my guy, you gotta enjoy and kind of learn how to like let go, because otherwise, if you are too desperate for something, you just won't get it. You won't.
There are some things this does apply to and some things this doesn't apply to. Trying to convince a Redditor that God is real. Not gonna happen.
Oh,
Trying to create a viral trend. Not happening. Unless you know a few guys. I'll say this one is still online in a tiny capacity, but most people have figured out the internet well enough to know how to achieve results by social engineering Twitter outrage. Rule 16. If you fail in epic proportions, it may just become a winning failure. This one is still online. Anytime anyone humiliates themselves online badly enough, they make a gigantic bag. I'm talking big. Like, I don't know where the meme people get their money from, unless they do like a crypto scam. This ability to make money from being a loser cuck, it is a double-edged sword. If your moment doesn't escape...
You guys remember, oh shoot, who is the mukbanger? Yeah, Nick Avocado. Yes, where he basically portrayed himself as a bumbling idiot who ate way too much. And everyone was like basically calling him a loser. And he pre-recorded like a bunch of content a year in advance so that he could constantly post things while on the sly deceived everyone and lost weight for like an entire year. And then he just randomly comes on one day and he's like super, super skinny. And it got so much talk. He was doing all of this slapstick stuff. He made people believe that he was this big ditzy wingle. And in reality, like he was just outplaying the entire internet. But he got popular that way by being seen as like the biggest of losers.
The local internet of people you know. All that might happen is you lose your job. Everyone thinks you're a freak and you get to go on Fox News one time. But if that video of you pushing down a Vietnamese person and calling them a slur bangs, and I mean bangs, they'll make you a host. Rule 17, every win fails eventually. I just realized that on the modern internet, how we see winning or losing is making money or losing money. Everything on the internet is money now. Winning when this was written probably just looked like correcting someone on My Little Pony lore in a thread and clapping your feet below your desk. That is pure. Nothing is said and done, so we'll find out if every win eventually becomes a fail. But I think some people just win and then dip forever. I am leaning towards 404, but I'm also gonna give this one a We'll See award. If AI kills us all in the end, then I'd say that, you know, eventually every internet win did become a fail. Rule 18, everything that can be labeled can be hated. Every fan community has the I hate.
Yeah, this applies to everything. It doesn't matter what you do on the internet, okay? You're gonna have haters. You're gonna have them. You cannot possibly please everyone.
Hate the fan community. Community. Most everything can be labeled and everything can be hated, and I love it. I love watching a hater in their element. And that's the majority of the people on here. A hater in their element. This one is online and holds up more and more with each passing video essay. Rule 19. The more you hate it, the stronger it gets.
That explains why there's a lot of content creators that are still around.
100% still online. Words to live by. Every lol cow gets more powerful with every stalker that comes to their house. And the more you publicly hate on a fan community, the more the fan community will band together, love it to pieces, and then dox you. Rule 20. Nothing is to be taken seriously. There was a moment around 10 years ago when the internet was beginning to become tamed, when we were all told to watch what we post online because our employers would find out the
even in VTubing with kayfabe, nothing is to be taken seriously. Oh man, you get a lot of parasocial viewers who take everything you do very seriously. I don't think that this rule has ever been true.
Person where we are, I guess. Either
everyone's
that was
gonna
always
take it
a
too
facade,
seriously,
or that went away in the last couple of years. Because no one is asking you for your social media profiles whenever they hire you. Unless you are a victim of a social media witch hunt where people track down your job and try and get them to fire you. I guess that's something that should be taken seriously. It's hard to deal in absolutes. Nothing will be taken seriously. I think this one's offline. Rule 21. Pictures or it didn't happen. Pics or it didn't happen has become pics and it didn't happen. You have to navigate the modern internet with the assumption that everything you see is just creative fiction, preferably made by a mentally ill person, but most of the time it's AI. This is 404 Killed in the Dirt. Boom. Boom. Rule 22. Original content is original only for a few seconds before it's no longer original.
That's so true.
Every post is always a repost of a repost.
Yep.
Over the course of the last 20 years of the internet, this one is the most flippy floppy. When it was written, everyone on the internet knew that if you make something and you post it, someone's just gonna save it and then it's theirs now. Every piece of content
my content now. Content creation is all about stealing ideas and other pieces of content and flipping it into your own. And then people will be like, didn't you steal that idea from da-da-da-da? But da-da-da-da stole that idea from da-da-da-da. You know, it's a full circle jerk.
Belong to everyone. Then around the 2010s, ownership of digital ideas became a thing that people cared about because money got involved and plagiarism became a big deal. And the people who made Big Chungus or Do You Know Dway memes were watermarking them for ownership. Now there are so few things that haven't been created or discussed on the internet that it is impossible to not accidentally tread on someone else's idea for like a little bit with the things that you make. And the mentality has changed as well. People pay people to steal their content and upload it. And that's the new internet meta, to have everyone reposting your stuff everywhere. It was online when it was written, it went offline for a while, and it's online again. What an arc. What a beautiful arc. Rule 23. Copypasta is made to ruin every last bit of originality. A copypasta is a chunk of text that people find funny enough to copy and paste all over the internet. You've probably seen these. The B-movie script, or I own a musket for home defense, just as the founding fathers intended. You know how if you say a joke like 3 times, people stop laughing. But if you say that same joke 15 times, eventually they start finding it funny again in like an ironic sort of way. Or they stab you. That's exactly what copypastas are, and this rule is still online. Rule 24. Every post is always a repost of a repost. In some lists, this rule was grouped together with Rule 22, but I found a lot of different lists that split them off into different rules. So here we are. Most posts are just screenshots of other posts from different platforms at this point. There is nowhere you can go that isn't flooded with screenshots of Twitter, but sometimes, once a month or so, I find a unique idea, and that gets ripped and posted to every other platform the millisecond it's uploaded. But for that beautiful moment, it was not a repost, so I think this is offline. Rule 25. Relation to the original topic decreases with every post. If you go beyond the 5th post or comment, you're basically reading a different language. You're just wondering whether this vacuum cleaner is good. And then they start talking about race relations. Then eventually everyone becomes Russian online. Rule 26. Any topic can be easily turned into something totally unrelated. A topic can either slowly devolve, or someone can just choose to throw a bomb right in the middle of the discussion. Someone sat on a Mario Galaxy post and decided, I think it's time to talk about the war in Ukraine. This rule and the last rule are very similar, and I think they are both online. Rule 27, always question a person's sexual preferences without any...
What? Wait, this is a rule! Are you gay? I didn't know this was a rule, dude!
Real reason. Any two men who appear as friends online will be accused of gay baiting. People will call each other out for saying sus things or whatever, but it is never that serious. I think this is something that happens to enough internet people, though, that it could still be online today. The question is this good advice? Is this something you should do? Yes. Yes. Online, I'm gay. Rule 28, always question a person's gender, just in case it's really a man.
What? Now I understand why everyone's like, all VTubers are just men with voice changers. Now it all makes sense. It all comes from Rule 28.
Just in case it's really a man? Weird. I don't think many people are doing this as much as they are questioning sexualities. But in a world that's becoming full of AI deepfakes, maybe this will be good practice in the future. I don't think it works right now, offline. Rule 29. On the internet, men are men, women are also men, and kids are undercover
This is crazy.
FBI agents. I read this one and I was like, nah, women be here. But there was a philosophical cope for this one. So crazy. It changed how I thought about this rule completely, and I'll read it to you now. We are all anonymous, which makes gender a moot point. Excellent point. The few people who point out their genders in an anonymous setting usually have ulterior motives. Wow. Wow, you have philosophized your way out of being sexist, and that is impressive. The internet is no longer anonymous, though. Everyone is themselves on their government ID. Gender is an advertised feature of the internet. Pronouns have a special section in that bio. Offline 404. Rule 30. Girls do not exist on the internet.
No girls! No girls! Girl no exist! No girl! No women! No women! They belong in kitchen. Go back to kitchen, woman. No internet for you. Go back. Go make me sandwich. Go make me sandwich.
If you get dehydrated a lot, need a drink that won't break the bank, then you should get Gamersupps. They believe in traditional American values, like anime girl guys. It's caffeine-free and caffeinated in 2 kinds of tubs. Gamersupps improved my social life, and now I can stop seeing people in the mirror. Popular flavors include Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, Sweet 6-Pack, Blowhole Blast, and Sploosh. Use discount ChaCha at checkout for 10% off. Stay hydrated, stay hydrated, stay hydrated.
Girls be on the internet. I said this before. This is filler, offline. Rule 31. Tits or GTFO. The choice is yours. This phrase comes from...
But wait. How get tits if no women on internet? How get tits?
From the 4chan B forum. They're gonna be making many more appearances, unfortunately. It is often associated with women who post things on the internet.
Women no exist on internet! But show boobs or get out.
Intent could be, and this is a common cope, that this should only be used against women who are trying to promote their adult content, or whatever, to not post teasers, just post the actual thing. But this is mostly just used to shut down and exclude people who let it slip they are a woman. There's also the fact that the internet, or specifically 4chan, is an anonymous place, so gender is not real. People cope that this is saying, show us your boobs, or retreat back into your genderless identity, like the rest of us. I don't think the bone mashers on B really thought that hard about it. They just wanted to be hard, if you know what I'm saying. It's offline. Antiquated sexual harassment. Rule 32. You must have pictures to prove your statements.
I love that. I love that. I am a girl. Show pics. Show boob. Show pictures. Turn on your camera, kitten. Show on webcam, daddy hasn't seen you in a long time. Show face. Show face. Real?
Anything can be explained with a picture, so we're just saying the same thing again. I think at this point you need to record a video and say a slur while the video is rolling to prove that something is not generated by AI. 404 offline, especially the part where it says anything can be explained with a picture. No.
What happens when the AI starts saying slurs? Who cancels the AI?
Rule 33. Oh, we're getting so close. Lurk more. It's never enough. Fall into the internet and never leave. The internet has been turned into a place where people spend more time in than reality. We take breaks from doom scrolling by going to get Taco Bell online. With every year, it gets more and more online. Rule 34. If it exists, there is porn.
And I have, unfortunately, a lot of it, too much of it, that exists of me on the internet. You end up, like, popping off in some kind of meaningful way, and they draw a lot of... Anyway, I get to live out my 9-inch penor fantasies, I guess. I guess that's the upside.
Of it. No exceptions. This is the one. The golden rule that is proven more true every moment. You can look up anything and add Rule 34 to the end of it, and you'll find. Yeah,
unfortunately, I accidentally stumbled across some. Of mine? Accidentally? Accidentally? I made a hashtag for it on Twitter, basically to separate it out from my regular art, so I knew it existed. It's the fact that there are whole websites. Some of them have over 1,500 views! What you doing there, cutie pie? What you doing there? You watch it for the storyline? What you watching that for? Huh? Some have 3.1K views. Hey, Big Quan! How would you know that?
Find it. No exceptions. They're right. No exceptions. This transcends this list of internet rules. It's a category. It's a categorization of a type of content. Like it's not Overwatch porn. It's Overwatch Rule 34. Rule 34 is undefeated, and we are still online. Rule 35. If there is no porn of it, porn will be made of it. If you think of something, look it up and it's not there, don't worry. Someone's working on it, just give them a couple days. Trust. Or you just haven't supported the right Patreon yet. Online. Rule 36. No matter what it is, it's somebody's fetish. This is absolutely true. It's just human nature, I guess. What makes Rule 34 real is the fact that artists get boatloads of money when they start catering to people's weird fetishes. People are into freaky stuff. And if they don't want to make their grand vision a reality, fork over a little change, you can get someone else to do it for you. This rule is still online. Rule 37. No matter how fucked up it is, there is always worse than what you just saw. This is absolutely still online. The amount of...
That's so true. Help. There's some things on the internet I wish I could just, like, bleach clean.
Videos of people dying on the internet never goes down. And sometimes you don't get to choose what you see. Sometimes the gore kid in school walks up to you with unspeakable horrors on their phone and starts laughing as they show you something that's gonna make you go to therapy in 5 years. Sometimes you open Instagram. Rule 38. No real limits of any kind apply here, not even the sky. We are out of the Rule 34 pit and into the sunshine. I'm happy. I think the potential of the internet has been more and more realized and more abused with each year. And I agree, there are still heights that we have not reached. Formats we haven't discovered, communities that have yet to be built to do great things. Absolutely. Other than that, this rule could be taken literally, as in the cost of posting is zero, the cost of...
Oh man, don't mention 2 Girls, 1 Cup. I had someone from school show that, oh, they got suspended. Dude, there was one time I was in science class, and this guy was showing a bunch of girls this girl getting railed by a horse. In science! In science class! That's not the kind of biology we're learning about!
Dating is zero with digital art forms, and communicating on the internet is free as well. You can make anything and find it a home on the internet. I think this rule is online. Rule 39. Caps lock is cruise control for cool. This one is for fooling people who are new to the internet into thinking that caps lock makes them cool. And they end up looking like an idiot because caps lock is cringe, I guess. 404 offline. Rule 40. Even with cruise control, you still have to steer. I guess this means that things that are sick can easily be overdone and get old and stale, like writing everything with caps lock on. Culture on the internet today is an ever-evolving set of slang and memes that quickly get old and stale. Then we move on from everything. This one is online. Rule 41. It needs more desu. No exceptions. Desu is a Japanese phrase that means to be, that started a meme where people would spam posts by just commenting desu over and over again. This rule is stating that we gotta keep typing desu. We just have to. A few of the other lists that I found later on changed this one to desu isn't funny. Seriously, guys, it's worse than Chuck Norris jokes. Well, now desu is stale and dead, and Chuck Norris is stale and dead, and this rule is offline.
Chuck Norris!
Rule 42. Nothing is sacred. Anything that is cute will have gore made of it, and anything that is pure will be stuffed with penises before night's end. Per Rule 34. Online. Rule 43. The more beautiful and pure a thing is, the more satisfying it is to
no.
corrupt. Some sick freak that loves making Animal Crossing Rule 34 is pushing their agenda online. What can I say? They're right. Rule 44. If it exists, there is a version of it for your fandom. This is a combined version of a lot of different interpretations of this rule. Like on lists everywhere, this rule was, if it exists, there will be a pony version of it, or there is a fursona version of it. What are we on about? I don't think there can be every version of everything. I think only a few.
I don't know if I talked about this. I had an owner of a Discord server reach out to me and tell me, ChaCha, I had to ban a couple from my Discord server because they were role-playing. They were ERPing, erotic role-playing, as ChaCha and Doctor. As me and my husband in another role-play Discord server. We continue.
Select fandoms get to have that privilege. This is offline. It's just so furries can have something funny to say whenever someone posts Walter White's fursona. Rule 45. If there is not, there will be. Shut up. Offline. You can't cop out with the infinite time paradox. Rule 46. The internet is serious fucking business. This rule comes from a meme from way back that made fun of people if they were taking online interactions too seriously, or if someone got too heated in an argument. The internet has become serious business. The fact that businesses are on the internet, still, in a social way, nothing really matters on here unless people try to like show up to your house or get you fired or something. That's a bit serious. But honestly, people like that should be victim to this meme because they're taking it way too seriously as well. Online. Rule 47. The only good hentai is Yuri. That's
Alright, continue.
That's how the internet works. Only exception may be vanilla. Hentai is Rule 34 animated, like anime, not cartoon. People are gonna kill me for that. Hentai is Rule 34, but animated.
What?
Yuri is lesbian material.
Yeah.
Ooh, it looks like someone slipped their personal preferences into the rules of the internet. You sly dog. With how many people that are on here spouting about yaoi, gay material, and every other—
An anonymous gifter just gifted a sub to Bottom Heavy Soccer Mom. I'm top heavy.
Form of Rule 34 on the internet. Everyone has a taste for everything, bro. This is subjective. This is subjective. Offline 404. Rule 48. The pool is always closed. This is a reference to a 4chan meme where users would go on Habbo Hotel, a game where you stand around and you talk to each other and you have characters. It's like you're in a chat room. I've never played it, but they go into a game, choose the same outfit for their character, black suit, afro, and surround the pool so that no one can get into the pool in Habbo Hotel. And then they spam "pool is closed due to AIDS" in the chat. After doing this for a while, Habbo Hotel patched the game so that now your characters can walk through each other, and this couldn't happen anymore. So instead, people that were doing this went out in real life, found pools and hotels and stuff, called them, told them that they had cut themselves in the pool and that they have AIDS and there's blood all in the pool. The workers would then have to close the pool. The pool is closed. People don't do this anymore. 404, it's a dead meme. Rule 49, you cannot divide by 0 just because the calculator says so. You still can't divide by 0. We haven't figured that one out yet, but I think I have a couple theories. I've been working on this with the mental, and I'll tell you if you subscribe. Online, Rule 50, a crossover, no matter how improbable, will eventually happen in fan art, fan fiction, or official release material, often through fan fiction of it. I mean, there's an infinite amount of time. Eventually, everything's gonna happen, theoretically. So it's true. When this was written, there were a reasonable amount of things to be a super fan of, and just a few fan fiction writers churning out the crossover events, like of Danny Phantom and Schindler's List. God, that's funny.
LOL.
God, that's funny. Holy. The chart of human creativity to fan subcultures has been fairly linear until we got like the large language models that can make crossover events in one click or something. Now, I'm not saying that's good. I don't think that makes it worthy of reading at all either, but it can churn out crossover slop like never before. Online. Rule 51. Long cat is long. Long cat was a very popular meme back in the day, and I mean,
long cat is long.
Longness. Memes used to be so pure, like this is just a long cat. Now a meme is like me realizing I've been jerking off to the Italian Prime Minister for the 9th time this week. Or
What?
Or it's a bell curve with 3 paragraphs of text that all you can understand from it is that the poster is mentally ill. Longcat passed away in September of 2020.
No,
God
Longcat.
bless Longcat. This picture is still sparking joy, so I think this rule is still online. Rule 52, if you get rickrolled, you must watch the entire video. Rickrolling is when you... I have been rickrolled
That definitely
many
doesn't
times.
apply today. That definitely doesn't apply today. Like, you watch the Rickroll and you're like, dang it, I got. But they don't watch the whole thing.
Not once did I sit and watch the entire thing whenever it happened. I close that window fast and I hang my head in shame. What percentage of people watch the whole thing? That's some saint level stuff. Offline,
honestly.
404, boom! I don't think anybody's following this rule. Rule 53. If a country is not specified in a post, it is expected that the poster or commenter is in the
This is so American ego coded, dude. This is so real.
US, because that is the center of the universe.
Yeah,
this is incredibly
that's
based.
so real.
I may
It's
be
so
America
true.
biased, but the voice I use for all internet posts is a default American accent, unless they pull out some rubbish, gobby British speak, and then I change it to a horrible British accent.
Ew.
Over the last 25 years, the internet has become less of a Western privilege and more of a global phenomenon. But I think the American demographic is the one with the most influence. So this rule is still online, but it's becoming less online every day. Rule 54. If you can't find it, it doesn't exist. This one has 2 different meanings to me. The first is that this is describing the ego of the average internet user. If you can't find something, it's not because you're incompetent or stupid, it's because the thing simply isn't real. The more literal meaning is that the internet and Google are the fastest ways in human history of finding information. And if you can't find something on the internet, the
not real.
information superhighway, it doesn't exist. Current internet users lick doorknobs. We got rid of computer classes and everyone fell behind. We are day by day losing the ability to research on the internet. Google as a platform is even getting worse. I don't understand it. This rule is offline. Rule 55. Someone will see a fandom reference in any post. There are so many fandoms. There is so much media. Whatever sentence you can come up with, someone has the ability to say, da-doing! Holy reference! Oh, my reference! It's all been tread before, and most likely by a Japanese person online. Rule 56. If it exists, there is a Minecraft mod of it. Minecraft is one of the most modded games of all time, but there is no way there's a Minecraft mod for everything that exists. They have a mod for an enemy giantess that eats you. Oh my god. They also have Mein Kampf, the Hitler mod, and a Breaking Bad mod. I hope they included the Skylar White episode 1 dry-handed birthday hand job. I gotta give it to them. Online. Rule 61. Chuck Norris is the exception, no exceptions. The internet's OP legend back in the day was Chuck Norris. It was a big meme that Chuck Norris roundhouse kicks you and your Parents never end up meeting, so you're never born. The flu gets a Chuck Norris shot every year. Chuck Norris cuts knives with butter, stuff like that. Chuck Norris does fire POI without the fire POI. What does this mean? I wrote here, Chuck Norris is still alive. Did you know that? That could very well not be the case when you're watching this video. I wrote
Chuck
this
Norris
the
is
day
forever, man.
before Chuck Norris died. I don't care if that dates this video. I'll just continue my thought here. I haven't heard of Chuck Norris in 15 years. The last time I did was when I Googled him to have that funny Google thing show up. This one did not hold up. He was not the exception. They got him. Rule 62, it has been cracked and pirated. You can find anything if you look long enough. This is a fact for every software, but in today's day and age, a lot of services are hosted entirely on the web, behind a monthly subscription, so you never actually get to download anything to make a crack. This is offline, but when it was written, everyone was pirating Adobe products, just like they still are today. But that's because there was only one game in town. I would change this to, there is a free and open source alternative to every $200 a month subscription. That one is online, the other one is offline. Rule 63, for every given male character, there is a female version of that character, and vice versa. And there is always Rule 34 of that character. They should change this one to, for every character, there's a trans non-binary version of that character.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm the good guy. I'm good. I'm the good guy. I'm innocent. No, but yeah, I can see this. But I think this is definitely men to women biased. People can make a woman out of anything. Just put me down. Rule 64. If it exists, there is an alternate universe version of it. There is a lot of fan-created content out there, so I would guess there's an AU of like 95% of stuff. It's not everything, and this rule doesn't say eventually, so I'm gonna give this one an offline. People are more horny than they love literature. What can I say? Rule 65.
Well, yeah.
If there isn't, there will be. Cop-out rule, dude. You just can't do this every time. Oh my god.
I do feel like
technically online, but I hate you. Rule 66. Everything has a fandom. Everything. I would say that every piece of media has some form of fan culture attached to its creation, but not everything. Find me a fan of League of Legends. You can't. You can just bring me the victims. Rule 67. 90% of fan fiction is the stuff of nightmares. I went to AO3.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I feel so called out, man, because I write fan fiction.
Archive of our own. The most popular.
This is why I don't post my stuff, man. This is private. I only write for my own pleasure, man.
Fan fiction website today. Clicked on the torture tab and was offended by how many fan fictions have torture in them. Oh my god, these people walk among us. Then I clicked on the family tab and was comforted in my heart by how many stories are about good family values and having sex with your relatives.
No!
Online. Rule 68.
Do not the moms.
Millhouse will never be a meme. Ever. No matter what your post ends with. No exceptions. Ever. No. Millhouse is a character from The Simpsons. And he is, no hyperbole, no exaggeration, a chud loser. This rule does not want Millhouse to become a meme because he sucks. On the modern internet, the co-workers have invaded, and they are sexually harassing women in the workplace and posting Millhouse memes in the Microsoft Teams work chat right after their meeting with HR. This rule is 404, offline. Rule 69, nice. When any post has a 69 in it anywhere, people will flood the comments with nice. 69 is the sex number.
Nice.
The joke is sex. Nice.
Nice.
Online. Rule 70. Do not talk about the 100 million get failure. This is another 4chan B forum, and I'm gonna talk about it because I do not care. So every post on 4chan is numbered sequentially, and people try to snipe the milestone posts, such as 100,000 or post 69 million.
Nice.
There was a huge debate, and a lot of people were wanting to get post number 100 million on the forum, and you aren't supposed to talk about it because a furry took it and used it to post furry art. So you gotta leave that failure in the past. Even though, to me, this seems like the perfect encapsulation of 4chan. Again, for what seems like the 8th time, no one cares enough about the B forum to know what this is to even try and stay silent about it. So technically,
with furries, do they just say, stay in your lane, go back to the B forum, go back where you belong?
This is still online. Rule 72, if a song exists, there's an 8-bit/Vocaloid version of it. There are a lot of different variations on this rule. 8-bit means that the song is turned into something out of a retro video game. It sounds like this. Vocaloid is an
that's
anime
cool.
voice singing software made by Yamaha, the motorcycle, piano, golf cart company, Yamaha. I like to think that the same Japanese man that just finished putting in 40 hours designing the next motorcycle goes to the office next door and starts working right away on the anime singing software. If you are aware of Hatsune Miku, she is the biggest example of a Vocaloid artist. Her voice is made by Yamaha, apparently. There are a lot of zero-listen songs that have neither an 8-bit or a Vocaloid version of it, so this rule has to be 404'd offline. Rule 73. If it exists, someone made a duck out of it. This rule is stating that any character will be turned into a duck eventually. I did find the internet's largest duck-creating warrior on We Love Ducks Tumblr, and there is just an endless amount of characters that have been turned into ducks. The last post was 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's quacked up, man.
We lost. Rule 74. Rule is to remain untouched. If it is edited in any way, let's just say,
Give us
I
a
hope
date,
you're ready
ChaCha,
for
no!
internet demons. This is a plug-and-play
Don't
rule
duck
that is
me!
filled in whenever a community attaches itself to the
Not
group
ChaCha, your V-Duck!
of the internet. I would say that you would get the most amount of demons from editing Rule 34, since that is the originator of all of this. That's my interpretation, and my interpretation is online. You cannot change that one. Rule 76. If there is a screen, AO3, archive of our own, will be seen. People jailbreak the fast food ordering machines and read yaoi fan fiction in front of children who just want to order a french fry and play in the play place. This one is online. I'm giving this rule a pass because it's giving the vibe that eventually this will happen because it's possible, rather than this has already happened on every screen in existence. Rule 77. The internet makes you stupid. It'd really be that phone. Yeah, the internet makes you stupid, but the trick is that it makes you think you are getting smarter, like getting your news from doom-scrolling Instagram and Reddit, but not clicking on any of the articles, just reading the headline and the top 3 comments and gauging the general opinion based on that information. And that's how you consume the news. Obviously, I'm stupider and less informed afterwards. This one is more online than most. Rule 78. There is a wiki of it, no exceptions. On the modern internet, we are experiencing the death of the wiki. All the good wikis were not profitable enough to operate without being acquired by fandom, and all of fandom's wikis are impregnated with ads. People don't even know how to navigate a wiki anymore. They just have ChatGPT repeat the information back to them. This is offline. Rule 80. Gore is always present on the internet, no exceptions.
I hate this.
The amount of gore on the internet never goes down. There was gore then, and there is gore now, but it's in higher resolution. I couldn't imagine the horror of being shown something by the gore kid in middle school today. This rule is online. Rule 81. Anonymous is a fool by default. On the internet, always assume you're talking to an idiot grug, and you will still be disappointed. Internet users are dumber than ever. This one is online. Rule 82. Valve does not make trilogies. Valve is the company behind the gaming platform Steam, and they used to actually release new video games. There's a meme that Valve cannot count to 3. They made Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike 2. A 3 will never enter the title of a Valve game. This was probably written 18 years ago, and it is still online today.
Crazy, dude.
And it is going to stand the test of time. We are never getting Half-Life
Portal
3.
2! That one makes me so sad, dude. I wish for Portal. I wish.
Rule 83. If any door, hole, portal, or room transition exists, it can lead to 8-3. Now, this rule is very modern. It comes from a game called Ultra Kill. It is a first-person shooter where you spaz out and hit buttons until the psilocybin wears off. In the game, there is level fraud 8-3, which is why this is Rule 83, that begins with a decoy area that pretends to be a previous level that you played. It is random what the decoy room is, but as soon as you open a door, you are put into disintegration loop. You have to fight through a series of trippy stages where the walls are moving around and the hallways are jumping up and down. It's like you're on acid, and it caught on enough to make it into the rules of the internet. But this is just a harmless meme callback to a game, so I'll give him an online. I'll give him an online. Rule 86. If it exists, you can play Bad Apple on it. No exceptions. Bad Apple is a song from a game called Touhou Gensokyo Lotus Land Story that has a famous black and white music video that people try to play on everything that has a screen. I believe it is possible to play Bad Apple on anything. Haven't been proven wrong yet. And it's a noble cause. This rule is online. Rule 87. Do not speak of the Bite of 87. The Bite of 87 is a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's,
FNAF.
where you have to survive in a pizzeria filled with hot animatronics that want to kill you.
dying.
The Bite of 87 is a lore event in the game where one of the animatronics bites the frontal lobe off of a child. If you know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, you know the one thing they don't do is shut up about lore events. It's insufferable. No one follows this rule, bro. It's offline. I know they're going to the comments right now because I got the Bite of 87 wrong somehow. Rule 88. Anonymous rules the internet. No exceptions. I don't think the intention for this one is that this is Anonymous, the hacker group. This is more the general internet user base on 4chan. Your ego is giant and floppy. You think you're the king because you spend all your time on the poop bucket looking at spam of men kissing. Offline, the internet is ran by companies, not users now. And that sucks. In a way, I wish this rule was still online. Rule 90. Every anime sure have JoJo referenced. No exceptions. No, I didn't have a stroke. That's how this one's written. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a manga and an anime that features a lot of references to music in the storyline. That's how the original JoJo reference thing started. I have never read it, but it got super popular and influential in Japanese pop culture. And other animes frequently reference JoJo poses or other things that the series is known for. So then, everything being a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure became a meme itself. And now people say that breathing is a JoJo reference. I'm not an expert, and I'm not gonna poke the fan base. This is online. Please leave me alone. Rule 91. There is always an equal opposite on the internet. No exceptions. People love to be contrarian on the internet. Every time someone has an opinion, the internet will spawn 20 people that have the opposite opinion. Just because humans hate each other, I guess. This one is online. Rule 93. If it exists, you can play Doom on it. No exceptions. Doom is one of the oldest first-person shooters of all time. 4 years after the game came out, the developers at id Software decided to release the entire code for the game. Because of that, people have been able to port Doom to everything. Every platform, every piece of technology ever. Birth control tests can play Doom. What more do I have to say? Online. Rule 94. Every person is trans until proven otherwise.
I've birthed children.
I don't think this is the mentality that most people have when navigating the internet today, and I know it wasn't the mindset back in the day either. But I think I would be a lot happier of a person if I just thought that everyone on the internet was trans. Like, no problem, sis. Say your slurs. Offline, unfortunately. Haven't you heard? Everyone on the internet is genderless. Rule 96. Portal is becoming the new Doom. Portal is a first-person puzzle game where the player has to use portals to complete puzzles. The source code was leaked in 2012 and has been slowly getting the Doom treatment. But it is nowhere near the popularity or relevance of Doom or Doom porting. So I think this is offline. Boom! Rule 97. The cake is a lie. No exceptions. At the end of the puzzle game Portal, the one I just finished talking about, the villain, GLaDOS, promises cake to the
GLaDOS? Not GLaDOS. GLaDOS?
player, and then tries to stuff them into a furnace and kill them. You never get the cake. The cake is a lie. And the cake is a lie is a really old meme from that moment, and it is stale. I think the cake is a lie is not pure or funny enough to be online still. 404 offline. Rule 98. A single typo can become the entire focus of a discussion. People will definitely give up on understanding your argument and just flame you for 4 days if you mistype a word. Argument. Fuck. Online. Rule 99. If you have no bricks to shit, you are made of fail and AIDS. This one just sounds like mental illness to me. Offline. Rule 100. Just like how the users of 4chan wanted to claim the 100 millionth post, a lot of the rule makers wanted Rule 100. So this has like 6 different popular versions. If it exists, there is probably 100 of it. This one is in line with every post is always a repost of a repost. If you see something, there's probably 100 other copies of it. Probably. Probably. Hate when they say probably. But for that reason, they wiggled this one into being online. Gay will not be tolerated. This is just straight up homophobia. Now, I spent 30 minutes trying to find a cope for this one. This is just that, we hate gay people on the internet. This one is 404. He's dead, Jim.
Wow.
Offline. This one is off.
No kiss a homie. No more gay. No kiss a homie. No wear socks. No kiss boy. Sad life, lone life.
Line. I will tolerate the gay. Some will say that I even enjoy the gay.
No socks.
No. I feel this one spiritually. Online. Zomg, none. Zomg is just the way chronically.
Isn't this, yeah. Isn't it just ZOMG? Yeah. I feel like this is like from Gaia Online, isn't it? ZOMG?
Online people 20 years ago said OMG. I don't think 90% of the people who are going to watch this have heard Zomg, so I'm saying this is offline. Don't go beyond 100. This is a meta rule, warning you to not go beyond rule 100 in the list. Because there are rules past 100, and it gets increasingly unhinged the further out you go. It is good advice and is online. If I can say anything at the end of this list of internet rules, it is that the internet rules. It's awesome, but it does make you dumber. It makes you so much dumber. So pace yourself. Thank you for watching my video.
Okay.